Hi, and welcome to the podcast. Let's talk about all the random stuff we want. My name is Elijah, and this is Charles.
Hi, I'm Charles.
Ready to start right now. Welcome back to the podcast, episode 10. We have a big announcement this week. We're introducing our new host officially to the podcast. It's Evan Barr.
Yeah, good deal.
There he is. Just birthed from the table, I guess. We're gonna use this episode as more of like a recap for from the last few episodes, stuff that we did over the summer. It's all stuff that we talked about. So if you're very bored, you're very bored. If you're very new to the podcast, don't watch the other ones. You don't have to, right?
No.
Or watch the other ones.
The other ones.
They're very long. It's been a pretty busy week here for us. Charles moved out. Charles is homeless now. He told us because he didn't shave his face.
I am.
You should get a close up. Go up to the camera.
Just go stand next to the camera and be like, Can you see it, guys? Charles and Evan both started college. How'd that go for you guys? Week 1.
It was better in high school, I guess. Don't have to go to school for 7 hours. He was already out of high school, though, so he already knows.
Yeah, it's school.
It's just school.
It's school.
Have you started track practice yet?
No, I start Wednesday.
Wednesday. All right. Have you met like your teammates and stuff?
I had like a meeting, but it was kind of hard because the coach is really awkward. Like, I don't know. He doesn't really know how to talk.
So like Owen.
So,
Who is bad at PC? Owen's really bad at PC, guys. If you didn't know that.
but yeah, So we didn't really have much like
Interaction.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of social opportunities, but I do know some of the people.
Like you already know them. You knew them already, or
Like I met them.
oh, I don't know. Did anybody from Eastern transfer or no? Transfer
Not
there? No.
McClanahan has a girlfriend.
I know. I saw her on his Snapchat
Yeah.
story. That's dope. First week.
Started.
Yeah.
It's under the belt.
First week.
Jesus.
All right.
He's so tall now.
I talk about Fortnite. This week they really didn't add anything or fix anything.
They did.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. That's why I said they didn't really add anything.
Shockwave grenade.
Shockwave grenade. The game is still horrible. Like it's unplayable almost. But they added the shockwave grenade, which if you don't know what it is, it's basically if you took like a crack rock from season 5?
No, 7.
4.
Season
Pretty
4?
sure it was 4.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was
One of
4.
them. If you took a crack rock and then you took an impulse grenade and threw it at the ground and jumped, it'd be the same thing. You don't take fall damage from them, which is nice sometimes, but I don't have a whole lot of use for them. Like I usually just leave them if I see them.
I haven't seen him.
Charles doesn't play Xbox anymore.
I do. NBA 2K19's coming. September 11th.
They're
Yeah.
releasing a game on September 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know, I
That's
thought that
kind
was
of a
kinda
weird. Yep, Twin Towers fell. Here's a video game. Get over your misery.
It was like I'm so sad. I lost a family member.
Nothing. A little 2K can't have it.
I'm sure that the new 2K game is gonna be horrible again.
It's gonna be good.
You think so?
Mhm.
Actually, I saw that like Quavo's
I
in
played
it.
I played
Quavo's
the
in it?
prelude.
Isn't that the guy who destroyed that chick in the?
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, that's the All-Star game. Shockwave grenade. It's okay. It works. I won't use them. It'll be just like the impulse grenade. I just won't pick them up. I'll be like, hey, do you want these to one of my teammates or something? But that's it. Another big week for sports. College football started yesterday, Saturday, the 1st, September 1st. I don't know what day it is. We had some bigger games and some not big games. We're going to focus on really 3. The first being Michigan versus Notre Dame and the letdown that Michigan football is again for the whatever season in a row it is since like 2011 when they beat Ohio State, I think maybe.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
They are
They've
crap.
been a letdown the last 10 years.
Even when you think they're gonna be good, they never are. Yeah, that's pretty true. No, they've been a letdown for the past like 25 years, dude.
Yeah.
Like my dad was arguing with me. He's a big Michigan fan, and I was like, Dad, I bet Ohio State has won more times than Michigan has in the rivalry since you've been born. He was born in 1964, and Ohio State's winning like 28-25 or something.
really?
Yeah.
It's close because it wasn't there like how Ohio State has won like the past.
Literally, like the past
8
20
years.
years, they've won like 18 of them or something,
Really?
or something like that, something crazy.
Wasn't there a time though that Michigan won the game more?
Yeah, back when Ohio State like first started.
Really?
In college, yeah,
Okay.
Michigan smoked them. It was like every year. It was like for 25 years straight, Michigan just smacked them. Yeah, it's like flipping.
Gotcha. Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer's out for the next 2 games? He's
yeah,
back.
but he can resume his duties in practice now. Today.
Wait, he
They're
wasn't
like-
even allowed to be
No,
in
he wasn't even allowed to be in
practice.
practice. Yeah.
Oh shoot.
So
Man, I think okay. So he wasn't allowed to be in practice. I think that's crazy though because he obviously okay. So what happened? I don't know the full extent of like what happened, but I know it's pretty bad.
he like helped cover up a guy, like help a guy cover up him beating up like his wife or something.
Gotcha. So yeah, it was bad, very bad. And what Ohio State did was like, well, we have an investigation going. What they did was they probably met with him for like 3 minutes every single day.
Asked him if he did it. He
They're
said
like,
no.
Did
All right, I
you do
believe
it?
ya.
Did you do it? And he
It
was
really
like,
short.
I don't know, guys. It was a long time ago. And they're like, all right, well, we gotta make it look good. So they took his wrist and they were like, and then they walked away. They're like 3-game suspension, no practice. And he was like, oh, I get to go see my kids now or something like that.
He's like, we're playing stinking Oregon State and Rutgers. Oh no.
Oh, yeah, that's, oh, how can you do this to me, Ohio State? Which is a good segue because the next game that we have is actually Ohio
didn't
State.
even-
Michigan lost. They suck. Michigan's gonna be bad for
Huge
another year.
letdown. Notre Dame made them look like babies.
They
And
did. Don't
just
let
like-
the score fool you, people.
It
What was
was.
it, 24-17?
I do. At one point, like Notre Dame's total offense was like 360, and Michigan's was literally like 90 yards.
Mhm.
It was crap.
Did you see though their quarterback, Notre Dame's? He only threw 22 passes for the game, so like he didn't even really pass in the second half.
Yeah, Michigan actually played really good defense the second half.
Like he,
It's just-
no,
Weren't
they
they-
let up
weren't
the
they, like,
gas,
almost-
though. Notre Dame, like he
Yeah.
threw like 5 to 8 passes in the second half.
Really? That's it?
Mm-hmm.
He was getting smacked around though. Like he did get hit a ton.
So was Patterson though. They were
Yeah,
they had
dude,
constant
Michigan's-
pressure.
Michigan's offensive line stinks.
Wasn't Shea Patterson supposed to be like? Or wasn't
He
supposed
actually
to-
when he had time to throw, he actually was pretty good.
really?
Yeah,
He
they
wasn't bad.
just don't have a line.
I think people discredit Notre Dame's line though. I think their
Yeah.
line's really good.
Yeah,
Their
and
their defensive
their
line.
defense is pretty good. Yeah, Michigan's play calling was horrendous. They literally
Mhm.
it's called the stupidest stuff. Just 3rd and 3, and they have not run like more than 2 yards all game, and they just do an outside pitch, and the dude just gets sacked or not sacked, but tackled for like a 4-yard loss. It's like, what are you doing? Very irritating to watch.
The
Did
same
not
thing.
like watching that game.
The same thing happened on Friday night. Like the
Bedford.
same exact thing happened on Friday
Yeah,
night.
except Bedford just is not
Only
good.
runs.
Although
Only runs, and when you don't have unreal athletes, it's hard to be good.
my boy, dude, Anthony Pisani though is eating like this year. Like he's actually like, killing it out there.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the way that I saw it, and I'm not in any way I'm not really like a sports guy anymore because I don't care that much. They really have like 5 main players that I can see.
Yeah.
It's like Mal Bananen,
Christian Brown's pretty
Christian
good.
Brown. At this point, Anthony Pisani.
Pretty good.
Shout out to Anthony because he runs track too. Like you can actually tell he's so much faster this year. I think he'll make it to states for the hurdles. So I'm excited to watch him. Blake Wingate.
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, and then Romeo did really well in the game,
Oh,
and I think he's doing well like for the season. But it's early. But Romeo's getting strong. Like Romeo's stronger because I work with him. But I think I'll give him 2 games maybe. Huron
Yeah,
and
it's gonna be a
Monroe.
down- It's gonna be a down year.
I think they'll beat Huron and Monroe. Like they'll hype them up for the Monroe game, and then
yeah. I don't even
And then
know.
Huron's just
Huron's just not good at anything anymore.
No, they're sick of basketball.
Well,
That's
basketball.
it. Yeah.
I feel like isn't that like what all of their money goes into though?
Their
Probably.
stadium's sick. Their
Mhm.
gym.
Yeah,
It's a dome.
I went there for volleyball regionals last year. Like it's just like this big. It's just like a circular room with like stands in it.
Mhm.
It's dope. It was
It's
pretty
like
cool.
it's like a pro style.
Yeah.
OSU versus OSU.
Yeah. Ohio State University, the Ohio State University versus
Let's add that in there right now. The
you gotta make
OSU.
you gotta make Colin Bell happy. I don't know. I think that I think he actually listens. So if you do, shout out to you, Colin Bell.
Who's at the game?
He was at the game. He sent us pictures of like the rain. Like at one point, like, there was rain falling. He's like, "It's raining," in a picture. And it's like, that's cool, man. I just looked up the score. Like when they went on their rain delay, I looked up the score, and I want to say it was like 44-7 or something like that. Like it was
It was bad.
it was crazy. They absolutely destroyed them.
Very entertaining game. Dwayne Haskins looks pretty impressive.
He came in during the Michigan game last year, right?
Yeah, he's torched them.
Yeah.
Actually did really well.
It's gonna be a good year for Ohio State. The Ohio
It
State.
does look pretty promising considering everybody else is struggling with Utah State and Appalachian State and all those guys. So
Let's go,
Game
baby.
1. Week 1.
Utah State actually brings us to our next one, which I think we're gonna let Charles talk about this one a little bit more.
the Michigan State fan in the
The
room.
Michigan, yes. You were at the game.
I was.
How was
Take
that?
take us through that miserable
It was-
performance by Michigan
It was
State.
stressful because
They
weren't
suck.
playing well. And no, Utah State wasn't bad though. They have a really good quarterback. Honestly, I'm not even joking. And
It's
they
like
did a hurry up offense too. So they were constantly
so they just had a
Michigan
good strategy.
yeah, pretty much. Because they were half the time they were
They just played football really well.
half the time they were snapping the ball before our defense was even set.
So that just means
And
Michigan
they just-
State stinks.
Nobody else does that. That was some Army or Navy type offense. That wasn't the triple.
Wait, they ran a
option,
veer?
so- No. I'm
Oh.
saying their hurry up style.
Oh yeah,
How they just get to the line and just.
yeah. Just keep
Yeah.
going.
That's what they did. And it was 38-31.
Did
Michigan State.
Michigan
Michigan
State
State won,
They,
right?
they had to come back though, didn't they? They had to make a scoring
They-
drive.
They were down 31-30. Yeah, they were leading the whole game almost. They were losing 7-3, and then once they took the lead in the first half, it wasn't until that last drive where they were down.
Mm,
But yeah.
I hate Michigan State.
all my Graham Blank friends, they were Emily, Noah, all those guys.
Yeah.
So I went up to this past week. I went up to a water polo game to see my friend Landon play. My friend Landon play against Pioneer. It's kind of like a double L when you're up there because I mean you're standing. For me, I'd never been inside of the school until now. Which one?
Pioneer?
Yeah,
Really?
their schools. Have you been? You've been inside, right?
Yeah, I've played basketball games.
Well, I didn't know.
You've never been in there?
No, I'd only been there
Oh,
for
we did
track.
talk about this.
I'd only been there for track and then a football game. I went there for a football game last year.
Uh,
It was so hot. It was the worst football game I've ever been to. I never been inside. Honestly, their school is kind of trash. The inside is not that great.
It's not that
It's big. It is big. It's
Yeah.
very big, but it's
It's
not
like,
that.
It's not
No,
like
yeah.
Skyline Salon.
Oh yeah, no, it's not like the other Ann Arbor schools. Because
that's
even
for sure.
even
But-
Huron is.
I mean, Bedford's nothing to write
Oh,
home about.
heck no, no, we have nothing. We have absolutely
But
nothing.
they're on a Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
they're
true.
low
They're-
for the Ann Arbor scale.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Compared to everybody else that's over there, they're pretty low.
Except for Ypsilanti, Ypsilanti
Oh, yeah.
community schools. Ugh.
Ypsilanti.
But no, when you're there, you can stand on their track and you see their high school and then you see the big house. And so I posted on my Snapchat story and I was like, oh, this place is disgusting. And then I looked up from my feet and there was a Pioneer. I zoomed in on Pioneer and I turned around as the
Michigan.
big house, the
Oh,
Michigan
yeah.
Stadium.
Yeah.
And all of the Grand Blanc kids slid up and they're like, oh, you're not a few of them were like, oh, you're not a Michigan, you're not a Michigan fan. Oh, what are you, a State fan? And so in my head, because of how it is around here, I go, yeah, I'm a State fan, thinking Ohio State,
No,
Yeah.
it's not
like
what
the
that
rival.
means.
Nope, not for them. Because then
No,
yesterday,
that's not what that means, though.
what?
No, that's not what that means at all.
Do you understand my thinking?
What?
No.
You thought it meant
I
Ohio
thought they were
State,
talking about
but
Ohio
state,
State.
state means Michigan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
connect because
Oh,
around
okay.
here we were when you go to school. When I would be when we were in high school, somebody would be like, "Oh, you're an Ohio, you're a State fan, you're an Ohio State fan," and so
They
in my
don't.
brain I just clicked because I'd never interacted with somebody that was like that before.
That's
I'd never
if you-
interacted.
That's
If
like the
you
one
hear-
thing that Michigan State has for their nicknames. Like, oh, we're State, go green.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just never connected because I don't talk about football with
But
you, and you're the
someone
only
around
Michigan.
here isn't gonna say you're not a Michigan fan, you're a State fan, like Ohio State, like they don't.
I just didn't. It just didn't click in my. It didn't click in my head. That's it. I was just like, oh yeah, Ohio State. I was like, yeah. Nope. They were talking Michigan State because yesterday she sent me a picture. Emily sent me a picture of a cornhole thing, and it was Michigan State, and I was like, she sent like a green and white heart, and I was like, what?
I don't like those
I was like, what is that? And then she's like, it's like go green, and I was like, oh,
no,
go
I'm not-
Bucks.
Go
Sorry, buddy. That was really awkward.
What'd she say back to that?
She was like, "Oh, you're the worst type of person." I was like, "Oh shoot, okay."
You're the worst.
Ooh. She acted like it was weird, and I was like, "I live basically in Ohio. Like, I pretty much grew up doing most of the things that I do in Ohio, so it's not that weird for me." Water polo is probably the craziest sport that I've ever seen in my life. Have you ever watched a game of? No, they're just trying to kill each other. They're just trying to drown each other for a ball. That's crazy to me. It was dope. They won. He told me me they were gonna get killed, but they won.
Summer recap. I
Sorry.
guess. Is what
Yeah, I
we'll
guess
do now.
we're going back. So it's kind of
Yeehaw.
yeehaw. It's like it's like when it's your birthday and you're at Texas Roadhouse. And you're like, I need your most heartiest yeehaw. And then you sit on the horse and it's like yeehaw.
Never experienced that.
Dude, we're going for your birthday this year.
I'm good.
No, we're going.
He doesn't even eat meat, so what is the point of going there?
You can get a salad. You know, like a baked potato.
Some rolls.
Yeah,
Dude,
if you go
bro.
there and you're like, I'm a vegan, you'd be like, they all look at you like, you get out. What are you doing?
Like, what are you doing here?
What are you doing?
Why are you doing this?
Right, I'm gonna go over to Panera or Chipotle.
You make me so angry.
Why? What did I do? Everybody, bro.
You
He
make
just
me
gets-
so angry.
Just gets mad at me for no reason.
Charles and I kicked his summer had started like 3 weeks earlier because he was already in college.
My summer started April 24th,
He knows April 24th.
but I didn't.
Mine
get
did
home
not.
till, like, May.
So we basically kicked off the summer with a JV track meet that we went to watch our friend Owen, who is bad at PC. If you guys didn't know, but Owen is really bad at PC. It's kind of a trek up because we also had to stop at Eastern Michigan to drop off his track uniform because he just didn't do it. Just didn't drop it off.
Yeah, I forgot before I left, and then I had to go back
Didn't you?
Why do you just keep it?
because you weren't allowed to. You probably got charged. Like,
Well, you just should have canceled all your accounts with them and then just left.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
see ya.
I'm not coming back.
Dude, my brother-in-law Jerry Harris like never gave back his football helmet from Bedford.
Really? He
He
just didn't do
still
it?
has it, yeah.
That's crazy.
So Coach Wood, yeah, he still has it.
I didn't give back any of my stuff. I have a track warm up. I have a jersey. I have 2 jerseys actually. I gave the pants back because there's no real reason for an adult male to have swishy pants. I feel like
no,
like sweatpants are okay, but like the pants that when you walk is like.
Yeah.
Swishy pants.
I don't know what they're like. Oh yeah, parachute pants. Like there's no reason to really have those unless if like you're on a team. You know, I don't want to be like.
They didn't even
Walk
have.
up.
They didn't even have those in college. Like,
You didn't? What'd you have? Just like
they were just
sweatpants.
regular like sweatpants.
Yeah,
They were nice.
I'm sure they were. I'm just upset that
See,
you're not
he
there
just gets
anymore.
Mad for no reason.
It's whatever, dude. So
Whoa.
Whoa.
No, you could do this.
I didn't know you could do that either. It's my computer. I didn't know you could.
I just pulled up the dictionary and a document.
We had to drop Charles's track uniform off. Charles didn't know where to go really.
No, I knew.
Okay.
What?
You were like, I don't know exactly where to go, and then we were like walking with those football players. Were like out in the
I
out in
knew.
the parking lot. Do you remember all of this,
I knew where to go. You go in, you go down to the equipment room, and you turn it in.
bro? You acted when we were there. You acted like you had no clue what we were doing. I swear, I was like, all right, well, we're just walking around. We went. Then after that, we went to the meet. We almost died because Charles is
We
driving,
didn't.
but we didn't die, but we almost did. But we
Made
didn't
it.
though.
We
I saw-
made it.
We made it. Watch this dude. I think we don't know exactly what happened. What we can think happened is that there was a parking lot up on this hill, and then there was a hill, and the dude backed up off of the off the parking lot down the hill, and almost just went onto the highway because he was just stopped like at the base of this hill,
Like, he was like,
facing
like,
up, facing up towards the hill. So unless if he just like was on the on ramp and was like, nope.
and he couldn't go backwards because he was like stuck in the mud, and he couldn't go up because it was like the hill was pretty steep.
Yeah,
So he couldn't move. He was stuck.
it was quite the situation for him to be in, and we don't know how he got there, but he was there. We had a
It was
good time
crazy.
thinking about how he got there, like just making up situations because he had to have been. He either drove into it himself, drove straight up, like to try to get up the hill, or
Or
he
tried to
backed down the hill.
Maybe he was
Either
trying
on
to take a
purpose or
shortcut to the highway.
He's like, I got to the highway, zoom, and get stuck at the bottom of this hill. One of the two happened. At the end of the day, he got stuck. He was stuck at the bottom of this hill.
When we were coming back from Jeff's wedding, shout out to Jeff Schmidt for getting married to Haley Gillis, I believe is her name.
Well, now she's
Now
Haley
it's Haley
Schmidt.
Schmidt, so.
Yeah, in Schmitten. I didn't get invited to this
Schmitten.
wedding. It's not.
Oh. Well, then we literally were driving home, and there was half of a truck. Like the bed of a truck with the back 2 wheels just on the side of the road. We're like, how did that even happen? Like, how do you leave half of your vehicle? It had the back 2 wheels and everything. I was like,
It's
oh,
just like
man.
there's like somebody. He's like, it's like.
Yeah, like it's just dragging. They're like, yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that part. Save gas.
That's it. He was like, you hear something?
No, we're good.
You hear,
But like it literally like separated in the middle though, because the back wheels were.
I mean, I know you can get, and it detaches. Like
I think the bed detaches, but the actual wheels don't detach.
well, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
I don't know what happened there.
His truck is just like this.
Just a poorly constructed truck. I
It
guess.
was like.
It was just an off-brand.
God, like,
It didn't have.
it wasn't Ford. It was Ford.
It was for.
Yermaher. We stopped at Subway. Remember? Because do you remember your sandwich? Do you remember what happened? Because you got your sandwich, and Charles, as we've talked about, is a vegetarian, not a vegan anymore. He's a vegetarian, which is it's all
What
right.
happened?
Do you remember how much lettuce was on your sandwich?
No.
Dude, I swear, I thought it was ridiculous, but maybe you're just used to it because I mean that's what you get. But like, it looked like he just took the lettuce and was just like. Because there was so much lettuce on it, and I was watching you eat it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
I didn't even remember.
It was a good start to the summer. When my senior year regional track meet, I was projected to make it to states, and I didn't.
Were you?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't think you ever long jumped before.
I hadn't, but I was
So how are you
jumping.
projected to
I was consistently jumping up in the higher 20s, and
practice?
in practice, and even at meets, like I jumped like 21:10, or 20 feet 10 inches, like 4 times in a meet. And then Celine's pit is dug down like this, and so you're in the air longer. So for my best jump there was like, I don't know, I think 20 feet 1 inch or something, and I jumped off the wrong foot, and I was behind the board. The state cut was 21 feet 2 inches. Sheffer was like, you'll get it, you're gonna get it, and then I didn't. It was a great meet. I did.
That was when I went with Riley, Owen, and Gabe. Because
Yeah.
we all rode in the same car up there. I didn't have to drive there. Thankfully. Gil puked like 7 times.
Gill pukes every single meet. Hey guys, if you want to watch a video of my friend Caleb Gill throwing up, go over to my channel, my personal channel. It's Elijah Flood. There's a picture of it's like the picture is just of me running because I haven't changed it and I haven't closed the yearbook yet. It's 11 minutes long. You don't have to watch the whole thing, but it's the entirety of all of my Snapchats from the start of the track season to the end of my track season. My friend just throwing up, and it's like projectile at times. He'd be walking and be like, and
You kill a Nazi with that.
dude, it was crazy. So that was regionals. I cried a lot. It doesn't matter. We're going
That's
to PK
where-
retreat. This is more. Wait.
That was where I found my future wife.
Yes, we went to PK retreat because it's irritating, Charles. Oh, that's an.
I was just jealous.
Evan and I then went the next weekend or 2 weekends after that went to pastor's kid retreat because we're both pastor's kids. It was Evan's first time because he wasn't a pastor's kid
Until this year.
Until like this year, and we kind of got you in on like a technicality almost because
Really?
I don't really know.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know
I'm pretty
either.
sure that Nate was literally just like, "Hey, Med, does Evan want to go to PK retreat?" And your dad was like, "Maybe." And then we went because it was either gonna be like you and me going, or I was gonna be the only one that goes. It's a 3-day weekend. Like the first day we go, we just chill. Like you get there we got there like noon. There's a service, a lot of really dumb games, a gym with no airflow, and so
No.
you're just hot and sweaty. They feed you, and then you hang out with a bunch of like random kids that you really don't know that well, but you know well enough that you're like, I remember you.
Well, I didn't know any of them.
He didn't know any of them. Did you recognize any of them from camp or anything?
I recognized Simon from camp, but he was the only one.
Yeah. I love you. This year we went to Michigan Adventure, which
Oh, that one girl jumped off the train. You remember that? With the
yeah,
hat. That was funny.
yeah.
That was
Well,
funny.
we'll get into all of that because that's a part of the fat L that I took.
Well, speaking of trains, it was a tweet, okay? It was a tweet. Guys, I'll just say it. I'll just say it.
Yeah, say it, please.
So, there's this tweet, right? And it was this long paragraph basically saying that this girl, like, there's a video leaked that this girl was, like, letting the football players, like, take turns on her or whatever.
Oh,
and
gosh.
Then she ended up, since the video got leaked, she ended up committing suicide, which is where it gets dark. But then somebody quote tweeted it and said, like, oh, and the way she died, she, like, jumped in front of a train and, like, she got hit by the train. But somebody quote tweeted it and said, "You live by the train, you die by the train." I was like, that's cruel.
We spent the day in Michigan Adventure.
Michigan Adventures. And we were on one of those, like, tourist trains. Except the one on Mission Adventure's, like, literally 10 feet long. and you go through this really long thing of brush, and someone dropped their hat, and we kept going around in this thing on the tracks, and Elijah dared this girl to hop off and grab it. So she hopped off and literally like almost ate it when she jumped off because she thought it was going slower than it was. And,
Dude.
and she's like in the bush, and then she like went back to go get it, and then she looks up, and we're just literally like a mile
We're
down
so
the road.
good. Like the train was like on a turn. And
Yeah,
she just booked
she
it
literally
back.
was just hauling, dude. Like if she got caught, she got kicked out of the park, dude. Oh, it was so funny though. She was hauling, and she got back on the train, and then I don't even remember what happened. I think we went out to eat. Like we got off the train as soon as that was over. Because they literally were getting so mad at us because we were like hanging our legs off the side because it was like made for little kids
Yeah.
and we didn't have enough leg room. So we were like hanging our legs off the side so we could actually be in it, and they were getting ticked at us.
So we spent a day at Michigan Adventure. It was fun. We won all these basketballs.
Oh, yeah,
like
that
the
was
tiny
fun.
basketballs. Well, we kind of took 2 of them.
Yeah, we found 2 in a garbage can that someone I think was like hiding, and we
If we just took them
We
because
took
they
'em.
were in the garbage can, so we just took them. And then there was a Warriors. So those were actually both Cleveland.
yeah. So
Cavalier
then we had to
balls.
get the Warriors balls to even it out.
Yeah, and then there was so it got split. We got split up. But our group, we had 4 people. It was our friend Tori, my friend. Are you friends with Tori?
I forgot her name until just now. So
My friend Tori, Evan, me, and our group leader Xander.
oh, he was a beast.
Oh,
I was
Xander's a
friends with
baller.
him. Yeah, he's awesome.
Xander's a baller. We got split up. It was me and Tori, and then Xander and Evan. And so we went to ride this ride, and then Tori and I got off first, and we went down, and there's this Warriors ball that was like kind of rolling out into the open.
That was funny.
And so like I walked over, I saw it, and I was like, "Bro, Tori, I'm gonna go grab that ball." And she's like, "Well, you better go quick before somebody else takes it." So I ran over, I grabbed it, and I held it up and looked around, just to make sure. Cavs ball, is the Cavs ball in that black thing? So I had the Warriors ball in my hand, and I kind of held it, and I was like, "Is this anybody's?" But Tori was like, "Dude, you can't hold it up, or somebody will be like, 'That's mine.'" So I just took it, and then I went back, and by that time, Evan and Xander were coming around. I was like, "Bro, look at what I got," and then that was that. We got that one, and then I'm pretty sure you won another one, right?
Yeah, I won in a 3-point competition.
And then I won another one too. I wanted to win a Pokemon stuffed animal, but you needed like 4 people to play. And I was the only one that wanted to play. And we rode literally all of the rides in maybe like 6 minutes, I think. Yeah, it didn't take us very long to ride any of the rides at all because
There's only like 4 of them.
the square footage of the park is probably as big as my house.
You have a massive house.
It's a ginormous house. No, it's just not a big park. Then we leave. We went to Golden Corral for dinner. That was disgusting.
Yeah.
This kid just like threw up. Remember that when that kid?
Yeah, I do remember his dad had to come pick him up.
He just threw up, so his dad had to come pick him up, which actually freed up space in the back of our car.
Yeah, that
'cause
was
it
nice. Then me and this other kid, I
Isaiah.
forget his name. Yeah,
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Yeah, he was cool. Played Nintendo, like the
Switch.
Nintendo Switch. We played Mario Kart the whole way home.
If it would have been like later in the summer, you guys could have played Fortnite because it's on the Switch now. Yeah.
That'd be dope.
But that was actually super. Like the guy that we were riding with was actually super cool too. Because
Yeah, he
like,
was cool.
on the way there, we kind of didn't talk. It was a little bit awkward. I think Evan fell asleep maybe a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I fell asleep.
Nobody really talks. There was a little bit of conversation when we were getting closer.
Well, because they ordered that bus. It was supposed to have like 70
Yeah.
seats on it, and there was only like 30.
Yeah.
So
that
there was just
pretty
like
cool.
40 people that didn't have a seat,
Ooh.
and so we just all loaded up in random cars.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good trip. And then the next day then after we got back and then we hung out, we played some basketball, and then we left. The next day we went to sleep, woke up, had a service, and then we left. I took a fat L.
No.
Sorry, bro. People are quick to point out like other people's L's, but when it's themselves.
You want me to say it? You want me to say what I was going to say? Because I wasn't going to get to this until in a second. But you want to know what I did on this trip with a Doritos bag?
Oh.
What?
So there's this dude, and he told me about it. So it's kind of his fault that it happened to him.
I was talking about defecating in a Dorito bag.
Yeah, because it smells bad, and then there's like Doritos. You're like, oh, Doritos, and then it's
So
just
you open it up and it's just
yeah.
a literal piece of crap
And so your boy did it. Took a
in a
dump,
fun-sized Doritos
a
bag.
fun-sized Dorito bag. I could feel the warmth of it in my hand. And then he didn't. He didn't believe me when I was like, I did it. He didn't believe me. Until he grabbed it, and then he's like, "Go throw it in the dumpster," but the dumpster's really far away, and so I just went into the clay building where we play basketball.
And just do it.
I just threw it in the trash can right back. He's like,
the clay building.
He's like, "You got back really fast from the dumpster." I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm really fast.
I'm blazing.
I'm so fast, man." But yeah, that was
No, and then the next day, he grabbed a Fruit Loops container
Yeah, well, I just wanted to get him.
He did it again.
I just wanted to get him. I just wanted him to be like, oh, there's poop in this, and then I would have been happy. So I just put it in. I just set it on top of the garbage can, and it smelled bad. It smelled really bad. Yeah, but I took an L because that girl that we were hanging out with in our group didn't realize that she had a boyfriend until I spent pretty much the whole weekend with her, and I was just like hanging out with her.
I was chilling with Xander.
Like on the last day when we're like, because on the last day there's a lunch and you eat with your families and they're like, oh, how's PK your treat? But my family has literally never come, and I went there for 7 years, I think 6 or 7 years in there, not once. It's because I either drove myself, Levi drove us, Abby drove us, Gabe drove us, just the Ellerton, like Levi and Gabe's parents in general just drove us. So it was just like that. Like we just didn't. They never had to come and get us or get me. They never showed up, and like we were having that, and I was sitting down, and I turned around, and he like walked in. I was like, oh, who was that kid? And they sat next to her, and I was like, L. I just took the L on that one, you know. Backed off. It's whatever. That was pretty much like the beginning of June. There was really nothing that happened. The NBA Finals, the Warriors won another one. It's whatever. They're probably gonna win this year again.
Yep, sadly.
So there was a week where I was gone on vacation. Not much happened. It was very hot in in North Carolina. I got to see a shark, like in its natural habitat. That was pretty scary. Yeah, because the only other time that I've seen a shark is at like the Toledo Zoo.
They have sharks at Toledo Zoo?
They small ones.
Oh,
because they redid their aquarium.
I haven't been there in a while.
Bro, we gotta go. It's pretty dope, honestly. The Toledo Zoo, an aquarium in Chicago, an aquarium in Miami. That's literally it. Those are the 3 places. And then I got back from that, and that was actually when Charles and I started the podcast. Like that was like the next week was like the very first week that we did the podcast, and so that was a pretty big milestone in the summer, I guess. It gave me something to do for a lot of for at least one day a week. I'd be like, hey Charles, you gonna come over and record today? And he'd be like, yeah, because we don't do anything.
Just a bunch of bums.
Yeah, it was
lounge around all day.
I mean, yeah. If I wasn't at work, I would be with Charles, really, or you, or like Zach and Jake. It was kind of like the whole summer. That week was that same week was actually the week that we all 3 of us went to the basketball tournament that we talked about in episode 2. Episode 2. It was episode 2.
We literally drove all the way up there and played a game. We won one, and then we lost.
Yeah,
it was depressing.
But Evan.
Then I jumped ship and joined the winning team.
Yeah. As we've referred to him on episode 2, I feel like I'm pretty sure we called you Katie.
We did.
Like
it's all right.
It's whatever. You got a basketball from it. I don't know if you still have that basketball.
I don't know where I'm at.
You probably just have so many.
I only joined that team because they were trying to form a dream team, so I was signed in free agency. So
wow,
that was my case. Sounds like Katie.
Yeah, buddy.
And it actually was, but I don't care. I got a basketball out of it. So.
Yeet. I got a basketball. That was a good day. I mean, well, we lost, so I mean, not really.
Hey, Subway girl.
Yeah.
Why is that on there twice?
Because this is where we're gonna introduce her, and then we're gonna set up your L.
See, I swear, everybody's always out to get me. They are.
Anyway.
It's like we gotta set this one up. Then we're gonna come in for the kill.
Yeah, we're pretty much putting you on the guillotine right now. This is just raising the blade, and then right here, once we get to that part, that's just us dropping them.
Like, let's eat cake, and then we'll drop it. Yeah, so Charles met the girl when we were at the Dundee
Subway.
Didn't
really meet her. She made him a sandwich.
and paid him out, maybe.
She did. That's white material, making somebody a sandwich.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, but...
And then we were all talking to him. He's like, man, that girl's really beautiful.
I was
like, oh yeah, you gonna go talk to her? He's like, I'm gonna tell her that I think she's beautiful. And so me and Elijah literally went out to the car and just watched him from the parking lot. And you could completely see us. We were just staring into the store. And Charles was like postponing it. He was like wiping down his own table with like a napkin or something.
I threw away the trash.
Threw away the trash. Kind of was like, looked back at us, let out like a little giggle. And then I went up to her. He was like, hey, I think you look beautiful today. And then he comes back out and he goes, guys, she had braces. And that was pretty much the end of the story right there. But then it gets better.
For that night, that was the end. Because then I went like that. That was that week. And the next week, I went away for my week of camp. I met all my Grand Blanc friends. Shout out to you guys because you guys actually listened to it. And then Charles actually went back that next. I think didn't you go up Tuesday again?
Mm-hmm. So I was with Owen. So we.
Who is bad at PC?
Oh my god.
Shots. Like you just keep taking shots at him, bro.
It's our thing. We say it
I
every
know.
single episode.
I know. It was just so like I didn't even think about it, and then you're just like bad at PC.
I just gotta let
But
him know.
yeah, I was with him because we were gonna go lift afterwards. So he stayed in the car, and I was
Good
like,
move.
But it's a good
yeah.
move.
Well, at first I was like, bro, what am I gonna say? He's like, I don't know. It's on you. And then
It's on you.
I just sat there for a couple minutes in the car, and then I'm like, all right, I'm ready. So I went in there, and then at first we looked from the parking lot, and we were like, okay, she's in there. So then I walked in, and as soon as I walk in, she went to the back. So there's just some dude out there. And
You're like,
he's
no, I'm not here for you.
He's like, can I take your order? And I was like, shoot, now I gotta order something. So I was like, can I just get 3 cookies? He's like, sure, man. So then we go to the cash
Did you get
register.
back in line for the other girl?
No, there's
Oh.
nobody in there.
Oh,
There's
that-
literally nobody in there. We went to the cash register, and he's like, your total will be whatever. It was like, whatever, $1.50 or whatever it is. I'm just reaching for my wallet, and I'm like, my wallet's in the car. Let me go get that. So I walk out. I go to the car. He's like, how'd it go, man? I was like, I just forgot my wallet. I grabbed it, then I slammed the door. And then I went back in there, and he told me, he was like, man, I was just dying laughing when you said that. You just...
Forgot my wallet.
I forgot my wallet. What do you need your wallet for? You had to get your number.
So I went back in, and I paid for the cookies, you know? And then by that time, she was out there again. She was cleaning her tables, whatever, just like last time. So I went up to her. I said, hey, do you remember me? She's like, yeah. And then that's where it all went wrong, because I didn't think she would have remembered me. So already,
You're like, yeah. You're like, oh.
Like,
wow.
She's like, yeah. What about it? You're like, I didn't think you'd get this far. I didn't think this was gonna happen. I don't know.
Yeah, so I was already rattled right off the start, because that's what I prepared for. I was prepared for a no. And then it was
No.
a yes. And I was just rattled. I was like,
You're like, what?
So
You're like, line, please. What's my line?
line.
What am I supposed to say?
so I was like, yeah, I was stupid. I forgot to ask for your number. And then she was like, I don't give out my number. And I was like,
I'll give out my number to guys.
no, she just said, I don't give out my
Oh,
number.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that.
Because it'd have been more. I don't know.
It'd
I just
have
feel like I don't know. I'm losing it.
So yeah, then I was like, oh, okay. Have a nice night. And then I just
Dipped.
got out of there.
Got out. And then you drove all the way back to Toledo so you could go lift.
But I got my cookies.
There you go. Were you going to get cookies if you, like, if
If
the
she would-
situation had
yeah.
lined up, were you going to get cookies?
No, because, well, no, because she would have been out there if the situation lined up. Because I only got cookies because she wasn't out there, and the dude was like,
Wait, how
Can I
did you
take your
just
order?
straight up say, can I have your number?
no.
Or- oh, okay.
No, I said exactly what I said. I
Oh,
quoted it. Remember, I said, do you remember me? And she's like, yep. I was like,
Just off the ball.
You look at it, you're like-
no, you should have been like, do you remember me? Yeah. Cool.
cool, I gotta go.
You're like,
My mom said she needed.
you're like, dope, man. See ya. Just trying to walk out.
Legendary.
And then come back and be like, you remember me now?
Hey, you remember me? Yeah, you're the dude that walked out last week. Cool. Just walk
Cool.
out again.
Then
Just
by
making sure that you remember
third
me.
week, you remember me? Yeah. You have your number? No.
What's wrong
Oh,
with you?
that's the response I was looking for.
No? Good, I know what to say now. I came in a few weeks ago. I was here. I said you look beautiful. You had braces. And she was like,
Did she still have braces or she get them taken off?
I don't know. It was only a week later.
yeah, a
I'm
lot can
guessing
happen in a
she
week.
Still had braces.
One
A
week
lot
ago,
can
1 week
change.
ago, you didn't have a beard.
I don't now.
I beg to differ. I don't know about that one. So that's the Subway Girl L. That's what we're gonna title that one. Then there was like a week where we literally just didn't do anything at all, like whatsoever. And then the next week we went to the Kalahari for my birthday. It was hype. Then after that, there was 2 weeks. Evan went on a trip
To Colorado.
to Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
and then to Jolo, West Virginia.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. That was a good time.
And we went to Refresh together, which actually we talked about that I think 2 weeks ago. We were canoe partners. It's pretty dope. We tipped our boat like three
Three times, yeah.
Three. 3. We
Good
saw
times.
the first one was like an exact replica of what happened to him 2 years ago.
Yep. Me and my boy Levi.
Yeah, shout
Got
out to
close.
Levi. Listen, shout out to Levi.
Oh yeah, shout out to Levi. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, Levi, you little baller. Maybe we'll try to get him on. Maybe. Once.
Oh, okay.
4 people to a podcast. That's kind of crazy. I guess it's just your weekly reminder to let your homies in tonight. You don't want them
to get cold. That's
Well-
my line.
You want them to make sure they feel loved.
I'm Charles.
I'm Elijah. This
I'm Evan.
is Evan.